Hello, folks. It's the Golden Goose with Golden Goose Marketing giving you a call right now. My plan is to help you tonight figure out how to market your business in such a way that it'll help you jumpstart it and start getting a lot of sales and make some money and have less stress. And we're going to do it with the Golden Goose Marketing Campaign. I've been using this theory and logic for about 16 years myself in my own business, and I can testify to you that it works. And it's not brain surgery or rocket science. It's just common sense. My name's Steve Carver, and I'm speaking with you from my home office studio in Dunn, North Carolina. And it's a pleasure to be with you here on my number 1071 presentation. So thanks for joining the journey with me and letting me join your journey in entrepreneurship. I'm not a lawyer or a tax accountant, just a fellow that's been in business for a while and still in business, even though I didn't have such a great day today. I did a lot of work and didn't have many sales, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But my marketing plan, my Golden Goose plan, I am satisfied that I'm going to be just fine because I've done everything right to get some business in the future. So thank you so much for being with us, and we got several folks coming on board. We are sponsored tonight by the Bladen County Community College Small Business Center, and Brad Johnson is there. They're brand new director of the Small Business Center, and Brad's really working hard and looking forward to meeting with any and all of y'all to help you sort out anything that he can. His time is your time, and it's just like having an extra employee. So you folks right there in E-Town, I really suggest you give him a call. Here's his phone number. Set up an appointment, go by and talk to him. If for nothing else, but to tell him thank you for sponsoring these events, and also to share with him, help you get any organization done in your business. He's been in business, several businesses through the years, and I'm satisfied he's in a position to bring great service to you. Okay, thank you for hanging with us here in this series. It's been a pleasure to work with you. We are at, this is week number 3 of 6, talking about marketing. Next week, we're going to talk about how to use the tools we talk about tonight and help you find customers with them. So that'll be next Tuesday night. Or if you want to sign on tomorrow night and Thursday night, I'll be giving that How to Find Customers class for the next 2 nights as well. And then we'll have 2 other classes after that. Then we can switch over to another course I've got going on for 5 Wednesday nights, and we'll dive deep into different subjects that require a little bit more focus to get a good handle on them. And you can win additional certificates and graduations from that as well. The study guides that were emailed to you, hopefully you have them now, are very important for tonight. Primarily the number 1 there, that's the talking points for our topics tonight. But there's several more that will give you a lot of help. If you'll save them in your files, in your business journals, they'll go a long, long way, especially related to tonight and next week, because these are the 2 that we're hitting marketing real heavy, and they're so important to bring business right to you. Of course, my job is to be assertive and to try to motivate you as best I can, but not any faster than you want to go. So thank you so much for those that are participating and sending in homework and letting me know that you're interested enough to get involved. I'm probably the only person giving seminars and webinars for the small business system that gets involved with the students, asking them to perform, pass tests, and actually move their business forward as best as they can. So I feel like that's my job, and it's certainly rewarding after a week like this week, when I'm going to show you what kind of activity we've had. Let's talk about some folks. A year ago, Denise Rentz was just moving into Clinton, and they had bought a beautiful old home there called the Herring House. They had restored it for a whole year, and she joined our classes to see how to go about marketing. And so a year ago, she actually had her first open house, She markets as the historic Herring House. Beautiful place right downtown. One of the prettiest homes you're out to see in the South, and they have redone it on the inside to the nth degree. And now it is staying busy all the time. So I know our marketing plans work because we see it working right there in Clinton every day right now, not only with her, but so many other businesses in Sampson and Bladen County as well. Now, when she had her open house, I was able to go and meet everyone. They had just a big crowd there and a nice occasion. The next person I'll mention on a regular basis is Vanessa McIntosh over in Spruce Pines over in the mountains. Vanessa has a company called 5 Alarm Logistics where she makes and sells challenge coins. I didn't even know what a challenge coin is, but it's a coin that different organizations pass around, especially military and first responders, special events, or members of clubs and things like that. Vanessa really didn't want to do videos and take pictures of herself. She was real shy and timid and just didn't see where it would help her at all. She said, I'll put a picture of my coin up there, but that's it. And I said, Melissa, people want to do business with a person. And if you'll let them meet you and hear your voice and know that they're dealing with a human being, I think your business will really take off. Well, you know what? She did some videos, put them up there, and within a week, she called me up on the phone. She said, I can't believe it. She said, my phone's been ringing off the hook, Steve. She said, I've never had business like this. This video thing has just turned my business around. Well, it's a year later now. Norm and I were going up to the doctor in Raleigh the other day, and Vanessa called me and she said, I just got to tell you, I'm leaving Wrightsville Beach now. I've been down here for a meeting, and I've just got the biggest order that I've ever had. It was from the secretary of one of our major military chapters, and she was just elated, and she said they first called me up after visiting my website and seeing the videos. So she was just really appreciative, and she said, I'm going to have to hire someone before Christmas because my business now is just taking off. So friends, let me tell you, I'm telling you the truth. If you want your business to get up and go, put some of these things we're talking about to work. Now, Pamela over in Rose Hill has been a busy girl too. She hadn't sent me anything, but this week she is sending me all kind of information. She wants to start a little farm where she sells food off of it, and has chickens with eggs and different types of animals where she wants to sell farm products. And she came forward with her mission statement, her vision statement. I'm so proud of her. Sent me some pictures of her chickens. Can't have eggs without chickens, and the happier the chickens, the better the eggs. So she's got her beauties there in the brooders. Some of those look like quail instead of chickens. I'm just not quite sure. Those right there, and I don't have to ask her about that. And then here's some of her white chicks she's got on board. Photos like this turn people on because they're just showing the human nature of it, and you can almost smell the sawdust there in the chickens looking at these beautiful garden. You can see that she's doing a good job, and she wants to have as close to organic as you can get without using chemicals on the food. That's her goal. So proud of her. She went on to give me that menu. I've been asked it all of you for a menu of what you're going to sell and how much it's going to be. You got to have this before you can get your business plan in place. So try to do your best and get that menu for me. Excuse me. And she started getting her some cups to go along with it, maybe to sell some products in the business as well. So thank you so much, Pam. I appreciate your hard work. Valerie is working hard. Valerie's been in business now about 4 or 5 years, but she's really getting more serious about getting some good marketing out there. I know she's working on her Facebook and other ads and trying to get her videos out so more people can see them. If you know anyone that's having a special event in Wilmington that needs some special transportation, especially if they need any wheelchair consideration, Valerie's the person to call. She came up with a new business card, which I'd asked everyone to do last week, sent me a copy of it, so thank you, Valerie, for that. Sarita in Clinton hangs right in there. She's got her virtual assistant business up and running, and if she can help y'all in any way, I want you to do it. I think that Sarita, you and Cheryl ought to maybe share notes, get to know each other. You might be able to send each other some business doing different things because with you in Elizabethtown and Sarita and Clinton, you could better serve your customers there. Makey was with us last week, hadn't come back. Maybe she'll join us before the night's over. Kanda, I hadn't seen her in a week or two. I'll keep venturing today. But Latoya in Clinton, she's been with us a time or two. She jumped on it. She went from 0 to 60 in about 2 days. Come forward with a great picture. Thank you, Latoya. And she's putting her business plan together now, created a brochure talking about helping people find more healthy foods and products. Brochure is going to look really good, so she'll be able to post that. She came up with some art and a slogan: self-care, self-aware, and healing. I like the looks of that. More artwork. Came up with her mission and vision statements, and just so happy to see someone getting involved. You know, your next step is to get this out into public, like we're going to talk about tonight, and really help you go forward. She too did her business card. I want y'all to email your business cards and then start carrying them around and passing them out. Sue was with us, but I hadn't heard it back from her. Darcy, how you doing tonight? Glad to have you back on board. And I know that you're working hard to get your florist operation up and running in whichever direction you decide to carry it. And as you move forward, please let me know and I'll help you promote it as best I can. So it's so good to have you back with us tonight. And Janae, again, enjoy talking with you. Looking forward to helping you with your wedding planning business and services business whenever you're ready to kick it off. But thanks for being a part of this. Jeff Smith has been involved with us and came to see me this weekend. We have a camper at his campground at White Lake, but Jeff has 3 or 4 entrepreneurial projects he's got going on. But I just want to show you what going from 0 to 60 can do. He bought the old Harspring campground. Now it's called Gilligan's Island, and he's starting to really do a good job in marketing. So I want to share with you the different looks that are coming out of these classes and right down in your area. Jeff's got some great pictures up on the internet of the campground, and it is a nice campground, different than any others. Good wide open spaces, a lot of shade, family oriented, nice pool. You just as well be at Key West when you're there. I got good maps at his website that points you right to his location there on the north side of White Lake. And just so happy that he's getting involved there to bring in more business. A lot of campsites right here. Ours is right here where the cursor is at. Right here is the pool. Out here is the main street. And of course, right here is the lake. So it's a great campground. If you know anybody that's thinking about permanent or overnight spaces, send them on over here. He's got a mansion house there that this whole bottom floor they rent out. You can sleep about 30 people for special events like family reunions, holidays, things like that, business retreats. It is really, really nice and offers sleeping and eating accommodations. It's a real competitor for the venue there, so I mentioned that to you, Janae. You might want to talk with Jeff and Linda Smith about what and tour that, see what's available, because it's very affordable and it could be a good opportunity for both of you. If you'd like, mention it to me and I'll send a special letter to Jeff and Linda, his sister who runs it, and make sure you get a good audience there with them. Tisha's always with us. She's a great girl. She's over in Magnolia, pushing her stitching business where she's fixing clothes up and making alterations. Casey's wide open with her business. I want to tell you the Feather Bee Apothecary, where she's got really active the last few weeks doing pop-ups, and done a nice looking pop-up with her products out there. Got her display with the things that she's selling. She's in the nursing business for a lot of years, and she knows nursing, but she also likes to recommend herbal type remedies for different people's ailments, and that's her specialty, and grows a lot of them herself in her herbal garden. Annette has been with us in Chicopee. She's busy. Denise is always back with us, and here's Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, for all the information we've shared back and forth, and Brad's looking forward to maybe having a meeting with you. Cheryl's got a lot going on that I think we can help her move her business forward, and as long as people are pulling together. The thing about the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates is you and the other people that attend these classes, and I try to stay in touch with them year after year, we share information with each other, and one of us has an opportunity to help another. We certainly want to try to do that. Sabrine, Dr. Sabrine has been with us. She'll probably be with us tomorrow night, kicking her new education business out, Enchanted Eligibilities. So looking forward to working for her. And the first time y'all seen this is Elizabeth Sanchez in Clinton, super photographer, really nice young lady. She also works with a small business center there at Sampson Community College. But her business is all about photography, and does great portraits, different types of book, and business images for anyone that needs any images for your business. And sometimes that's really, really important. Then we want to give Liz the opportunity to help us and help her grow her business. So if you want your name here, but more importantly, if you want your name out where the world can see you work, where the world can have a chance to do business with you, you got to give them the images and the messages so that they can find you. And tonight we're going to talk about the different ways that they can do it. And the best starting place is for you to do an introduction video where you introduce yourself. And really, I'd like to see y'all go ahead and send those to me. Smile a lot, talk a lot, 20, 30 seconds up to a minute if you want to. Just your name, my business is this, and then you can see how that would fit into a presentation either here, at your website, at Facebook, at your Google account, and of course on your YouTube channel. So please go ahead and try it. Go ahead and do that introduction video and send me a copy of it. Now, I'm your business coach, and I'm saying, let's get on with it. Get on with it, okay? All right, the drill skills, and these are all, I've done videos on all these. Are in the handout that I mail to you every time. This week we're going to start at number 17, and we're going to do 8 on this week. Positive cash flow and negative cash flow. As an entrepreneur, if you're serious about your business and want to pay your bills, you got to have that cash flow. And I don't tell you how serious I want you to be. Not the old textbook dictionary definitions of cash flow. No, here's the way I take it. If someone's on my website or in my presence where I'm talking to them about doing business and I know they got available money to spend, my mindset, and I want your mindset to be, if they got available money to spend, we've got positive cash flow going on here because it's available. And as a predator entrepreneur, and there's got to be a little predator in you if you don't stay in business, I want you to reach in your pocket and give me some of my money. Yeah, I'm already thinking it's my money. And if you leave and I don't get any of that money, that's negative cash flow because it has flown away and blown the coop, and somebody else can get your money. Be that concerned about cash flow, because it's the difference in whether your budget meets or your business plan meets. Got to have that cash flow coming in. Just like I opened up today. Now I told you I had one of the worst cash flow days today I've had in months. I didn't do but $73 worth of business today. And sometimes I do many, many thousands. So I'm saying to myself, this sucks. By golly, this sucks. I'm having a negative cash flow day. But I know, because some customers have told me they're mailing me checks, I don't have some positive cash flow later on. Why am I not worried about that? Because I've got a Golden Goose Marketing Campaign that I'm going to show y'all about. Listen, in your pricing, the way you're setting up your offers to your customers, we don't want it to be a take it or leave it price. We don't want your price tag to simply say take it or leave it. No, we want you to design it in such a way that it creates a way that the customer can participate in the pricing, the way he pays, whether it's delivered, whether or not you have sorted a tax for him, a lot of different options you can do besides take it or leave it, and that's going to be really important as we move along. The 3 times rule is going to help you remember when you're selling something and you have no idea how to put a price tag on it, just multiply your cost times 3. That'd be a good place to start because you'll get a third of your money to pay for the product, another third of your money to pay your overhead, and the last third of your money can be taxes and profit. So that's a good place to start. Then after you do that, you may have to adjust that price up or down depending on where the market is. But the 3 times rule is a good place to start. Tonight we're going to dive deep into the 27 times rule. Everybody say this with me. 27 times rule. Don't make a lot of sense right now, but it will, because a customer that's going to do serious business with you, they don't keep checking you out. They don't see your Facebook, your business card, your presentation, maybe have a couple of emails or a telephone call with you. Usually 9 times. Usually there's 9 times of interaction with a customer before they do serious business with you. And it's been that way ever since I've been in business. My dad told me this story in 1969 when I came back from the Coast Guard about the 9 times going on. He said, you got to keep calling on that customer. You can't just call on them one time, Steve, or get discouraged. And you know what? It's as right today as it was 60 years ago. So the 27 times rule is going to help you be more successful. Yes, if, no, but negotiating. Now, I wrote a book on this. It's available at Amazon.com, but I don't cover it really well in week 5 here, so you don't need to buy the book unless you want to give it to someone for a gift. But yes, if, no, but negotiating is saying that if you can keep the customer talking with you, if you can keep working out options and hearing what they have to say and finding a way to find common ground, maybe eventually you can get a deal done. And that's so important when you're working out deals like Cheryl, you would probably be doing with someone talking about manufacturing something with them, or Janae, when you're trying to work out all the little things that concern someone when they're having an event and searching for a venue. So what this is doing, let's say that you made me an offer for a boat that I've got for sale, and you offer me $5,000, and I'll say to, wow, thank you for that offer, Darcy. I appreciate that $5,000 offer, Darcy. No, I can't take the $5,000, but if you'll let me keep my trailer, maybe I can. Or, Darcy, thank you for that $8,000 offer. And yes, I'll take that $8,000 if you'll let me keep my trailer. See, it was yes, if, and no, but. When someone makes you an offer, you say, I appreciate it, and don't refuse it. Instead of refusing the offer, you're going to say yes, if, or no, but, until y'all can negotiate a way to get there. You see, it's not always about the money. It's about the conditions, or the deposit, or the interest, or the delivery, or the tax. There's so many factors in negotiating that will open or close the deal for you. So number 21 is yes, if, no, but. I want you to own it and be able to use it in your business. And in marketing on the internet, you're going to have a lot of pages, a lot of web pages, a lot of Facebook pages, a lot of Instagram pages. But there's only 2 pages that are really, really super important. Only 2 pages that are really, really super important. The number 1 most important page is your mobile page. That is the page that shows up on your telephone. Let's see if I show you. It shows up on your telephone when you type in your business name. You see mine right there? That's carverequipment.com. You see what that mobile page looks like? It's got a great big blue button that I want you to push and give me a call. My mobile page is designed to get people to call me or send me a text message or a quotation. That's so important. I don't want them just looking, I want them active. And the way you got your mobile page design has everything to do with the web. So I don't challenge all of you. If you've got your business, if you've got an internet site, then I want you to see what that mobile page looks like and see if you think it's workable. See if you think it's a kick-ass page that'll really get some business going on for you. The second most important web page that we're going to talk about tonight and next week are your landing pages. Landing like an airplane landing. Landing pages are pages that are going to sell for you. And if you have got a good website and you're not selling what you need to sell, then I'm not so satisfied you've got a good website. Excuse me, I'm here to make some money for you guys. So we're going to talk a lot about designing your web pages, at least some of them, made to sell. Like that TV commercial they have. Sell. And you can do that by putting certain tools on your web pages. Number 24, what brings them back? We want repeat customers, they gotta come back. What brings them back? 40% customer service. That's how well you do your business. How good is your lighting? Got clean restrooms, got good prices, got good products. Customer service. But 60% about what brings them back is hospitality. And my friends, this is where you will be a winner when other people are losers, because you know this now. A lot of people think that hospitality don't count on the internet. I mean, it's 2023 and we're headed for 2024. And as tough as this world is with fake news and people as smart as they can be and cutting folks off and doing this, and it's all about a cheap price. No. I will promise you that hospitality in your business will bring customers back to you every single time. If they like you, if they think you like them, if they appreciate the fact that you're doing all you can do to help them, they will come back. That is hospitality, okay? Hospitality. Let me see, is that you, Brad, number 22?
Can you hear me?
I do hear you. Welcome, my man.
Yep, that is me.
Well, say we got a great little group here with us. Most everybody from E-Town except Darcy. Give them your famous welcome.
Glad to have y'all on. I appreciate it. And again, what you need outside of the seminars, please give me a call, and I'll do my best to help you out to either grow or start your new business. Thank you, Steve.
All right, and thank you for joining us. It's always good to have a director that will join in and participate in sidekick. So if you're driving, be safe. I appreciate you calling in. Okay, guys, here's the thing. It's a big world out there. Look at this slide. The world is a big place. What, 35,000 miles around? Huge, billions and billions of people, and the oceans are bigger than the land, and good gracious, all this stuff going on. And we're sitting here talking marketing and trying to figure out how to get people to find us individually in this great big world. What a challenge. Is anybody up to that kind of challenge about being loud enough and strong enough and smart enough to get the world to find you if they're shopping for something that you've got to sell? That's our challenge. That's our challenge. And look, I got the little arrow pointing to about where we are, but nobody can pinpoint us, could we? Nobody can pinpoint us, but if we are good, and we do all the things we talk about we can do, we'll have everybody looking to pinpoint us not only in the East Coast of the United States or Eastern North Carolina and Sampson, Dublin, or Bladen County. Man, that's narrowing it on down when you're talking about the whole world, or even more so, right straight to your room. And that's why it's important that I want you to understand how the internet works a little bit. And that'll help you understand why we're going to talk about some of the things that we're doing. If you look at this graphic that one of you guys made for me up here, one of our associates made for us, this fella up here with his computer, number one, he's shopping for something. He's sending out emails. And then other people that are shopping are using their phone. Matter of fact, about 95% of shopping going on right now is going on the phone. And that's why that information I'm telling you about your cell phone page is so important. It's your mobile page. Okay, he's up here on the right-hand corner, and he's going to type in a search term. And that search term, his device is going to send it right into this big old black pipeline. And that pipeline is like a great big water pipe, huge pipeline with millions and millions of gallons of information going back and forth, and all interactive, and it's so much it's incredible. But because of the search term he uses, or because of the email address that he puts on it, that pipeline, that email that he puts in this line is going to go flowing down this pipeline and get off somewhere. It may go all the way down here to you at your computer over here on the left-hand corner. That represents you with your computer open, and his email jumps right in there because it had your email address on it. That's right. Or it jumps in there because he had your domain name, your website address on it. It would go right straight to your device. But he don't know you. He don't know about your website. All he knows about is a search term, what he's looking for. Shoes, running shoes, shrimp, baked shrimp, farm equipment, tractor implements, whatever it is, pencils, clothes. He types it in there. And the more specific he is with the search term he uses, guess what happens? As it goes down through the flow, if it doesn't have a certain address, these search engines like Google and Safari, they'll be looking out for those words because they've got places that they want to send them, the people that have registered their website at their place where they found them. So maybe they're going to grab it, or maybe it's going to go through social media and check out some search terms at a social media page. That's right. Or maybe you're advertising on eBay and eBay finds it. Or better still, you've got your own YouTube channel and that search term is mentioned there in a YouTube. That's right. And how about some print ads that you had put out on Facebook or maybe out in the world, but copies of them have ended up in print through Google searches. Or maybe a raving fan customer has mentioned you in one of their ads and it will find out. But the whole point of this is we get business because people type in certain things on their computer when they're searching. And if they don't have your email address or they don't have your website address, then it's up to us to find a way to get them on our pages when they type them in. And that skill to get them on our pages is called SEO, 3 letters, SEO, Search Engine Optimization. It's almost an art craft. And we'll talk about it a whole lot because it is the dynamic skill and method to make things happen for you with internet marketing. And before this course is over, you're going to have a good handle on it. So we want them to get down here to Sampson, Bladen, and Dublin counties for us, right? That's where we want them. Do you think it's an impossibility to be really strong and really good to make that happen? I want to tell you, you can do it. How do I know you can do it? Because I can prove to you by my search engine work and our website and our webmaster that on certain search terms, I'm #1 positioned for the top 18 positions from #1 through #18 on certain search terms. How in the world do you do that, Steve-O? You do it by having the vision of what makes it happen, the mission to be determined to do it, make some investment. You've got to put some time in this thing. Have a good webmaster. That's someone that can help you with SEO stuff. Use the look and the hook theory that I'll teach you tonight, and practice SEO, search engine optimization, every time you can. And when you do that, you can end up with your Google page when someone's searching for you or one of your products. Take a look. Take a chance. Look at it serious, this slide in front of you. That's one web shot. That's one screenshot when you type in Carver Equipment Company. Not only do we have the basic Carver equipment, you got me up there with my name. You got a lot of different things that we sell, a lot of products, a lot of this and a lot of that. And listen, I ain't nothing special, but I know how to do this. And if you'll pay attention, I'll teach you how to do it, and it will put dollars in your pocket. That's right. How do you do it? You set your priorities, you learn your skills, you do the cotton picking homework, and you make it happen for yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. I don't show you how, but I can't do it for you. Now, you can hire some people that'll do it for you, but you can also do a lot of this yourself. My goal tonight is maybe you got to go somewhere in 30 or 40 minutes and you can't stay here for the whole time. But my goal tonight is to give you a ironclad plan that will help you move forward with your business selling. So I've got what we're going to call a 5-star sales plan. And if you implement this, things will start happening for you. So let's just start looking at them. What I want you to do to move, to motivate, identify your profit centers and your upsell sales items. Profit centers are good. You want diversity, but we want to have some upsell opportunities here to really be profitable. I want you to know that business is about the seasons, especially in North Carolina. You know, when fall comes, people just change their way of thinking. Friday nights weren't so important, but now it's football. Or Saturdays are all about college footballs, or going to do this or going to do that. And before we blink our eyes, everything's going to be about Halloween, right? I mean, it's already started that way. And harvest, Halloween and harvest. And boy, does it move right straight into Thanksgiving and good old turkey time and family reunions and gatherings. Thanksgiving's here, and wow, it's a wide open racetrack right straight to Christmas. And Christmas is here, and people spending money. Oh my gracious, looking for reasons to spend money. And whew, before we know it, it's New Year's, and we're all making resolutions and partying, and by golly, getting ready to come back for our entrepreneur classes in January, because we're going to make a New Year's resolution. Last fall, I attended Steve's classes, but I really didn't pay attention. But in January, I'm going to attend those classes again and really make it happen, because I saw what everybody else had done. It's a seasonal thing. So what are you doing to get your sales season started? What are you doing to get your sales season started? Plan a marketing campaign 60 days ahead of time, and if you're running a little late, plan it anyway. Don't wait too late to get in there for the September harvest season, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. If you've got things in your business that apply to that, especially you, Darcy, I notice you do, it's time right now to think about what can I make to be really attractive for people to order now for Christmas presents. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Develop your pricing and discounting targeting strategies. Develop your upsell opportunities. You have to lead people to this. You have to sell. Tell them I've got this, and then you can add this to it. Bundle some items. Get your videos on the YouTube channel so that when people are typing in those search terms, not only will they find your website, but they'll find your video. I'm getting about a 25% of my incoming people wanting to buy something are coming in on my videos now. I'm just amazed with that. Just amazed. Post and run. Get your ads out there. What were the 3 rules to catch fish? Keep fresh bait in the water. Keep fresh bait in the water. To catch customers, send out constant promotions. So all these things we're going to do in this 5-star plan, we got to put it out and let people see it and get involved in it. So that's what needs to be done. So here's the way you got to do it. Have a website. Make sure it's mobile friendly. And if you don't have a website, get involved on these other things. Have a Facebook personal page and Facebook business pages, and just fill them up with different posts with these search term language in there. It's called content. Search term content there to help them find them. Learn how to do email blast. Get a long email list of email addresses. You can start on that right now. Just look back on your email files. Start copying down all the emails that people have sent to you, because you're going to have a long, long list of email addresses. Now, in your particular area, if you want to send me an email, if you're ready to start doing this, if you want to send me an email, for you, since you're in my class, I'll send you a lot of email addresses in the area that you're in right now. And I won't mind doing it a bit. And you can start sending them sale notice for your stuff. Use eBay, use Craigslist, use whatever other methods you can to get your message out there if you want to jumpstart your business. And again, for about 100th time, get your YouTube channel in gear and let it start selling for you. As promised, ladies, I want to tell you that I did promise you I was going to show you how to do something, and that was how to get on the wrong screen here somehow or another. I was going to show you how to create raving fan customers. How to create raving fan customers. Because you know what? You have to plant brain seeds to get them to become a raving fan. So you can have a good customer, a loyal customer, a regular customer, a beautiful customer, a caring customer, but that don't mean they are raving fans, does it? No. What does a raving fan have to do to qualify? They got to go out in the world and tell other people to come and do business with you. That's what raving fans are all about. Is like you go to a ball game and you cheer your home team. A raving fan customer will go out and cheer you with other potential customers. But you don't have them right now. Where are they? You're searching for them. You can't find them. You know why you can't find them? Because you hadn't created them yet. Well, I want to tell you, you can create them. I want to tell you that last week on Thursday, I got a phone call from a fellow in Connecticut that bought a piece of equipment from me some 6 or 8 years ago. And he was calling me up to tell me about his friend who needed a piece of equipment, and he's got one just like it, and he recommended us to him in Connecticut. Now, I've never met this gentleman. We've talked on the phone 5 or 6 times. He opened up the conversation by saying, how's my Coast Guard buddy? Because a number of years ago, when I sold him the piece of equipment, we created a relationship, chit-chatting back and forth. And he learned that I was in the Coast Guard, and his dad was in the Coast Guard, and he remembered that. Common denominators really opened that door. And he opened that phone conversation. At any rate, I followed up on his lead. I've been in touch with the fellow, with his neighbor that he recommended. And when I called him, the fellow was so glad that I'd called. It was like old home week. I've been waiting for your call. Ron said you were going to give me a call. And we had a great conversation. We talked about the equipment, and then we talked about common denominator type things, creating a relationship. So my raving fan customer, Ron, sent this customer to me, and I think it's going to pay off. I want you to have those kind of customers. How do you get those raving fan customers? You're going to do everything right. You know, this is where hospitality comes in now. Really important, hospitality comes in here. But you want to treat your customers in such a way that they want to help you. They want to become a raving fan customer. But it's up to you to plant the seeds. And there's three things that we have to do. Three things that we have to do. Well, being a little graphic here, and excuse the images, but I want to drive this point home. Get you a shovel and dig a hole right in their head so you can plant some raving fan seeds right down on those brains. Sprinkle those seeds like it's Rice Krispies you're dropping on there. Let them settle down. And what you're doing here is you're thinking, and you have a system and a strategy in your DNA that's going to help you create raving fan customers because they're so important. Step one, say to them words. I'm going to do everything I can to see that you are 100% satisfied with our products and service. That statement is so important. Well, how many times has the owner of a business said that to you? I'm guessing probably never. But when you say it to a customer, they will remember it. I'm going to do everything I can to see that you're 100% satisfied with our products and services. And then you're going to follow it up and say, you're going to be so pleased you did business with us that you're going to encourage your friends and family to come and do business with us as well. That's right. And if you say these two sentences, you have planted raving fan customer seeds, because if you come through, if you're serious, if you come through, they will do their part too. But there's another step we'll get to in a little bit that has to be done. But here's the two important steps. I'm going to do all I can to see you're 100% satisfied with our products and service. You're going to be so happy, you're going to tell your friends and family to come back to us. And you're going to say that to your potential customers every time you can. And if you've got employees, you've got them singing that same song. I put it in every email that I send out, every quotation that goes out. Pretty much on every one of my web pages, this message is projected, not always in these exact same words, but the message is there. That's the message you want your company to stand for. And if you want to just use this in your mission and vision statements, go for it. Please do. Put it to work for you. Make money with it. Step one and step two. You've got to use them to get it to work. Next, let's talk about something else that's really important. COVID has almost gone, but it may come back this fall. I'm going to go get my fourth booster shot as soon as they make it available. I believe in them. I think it maybe keeps me from getting real sick. I've had COVID 2 times. Both times I got over it very easily. When some of my friends died, same age, with not as much wrong with them as I got wrong. So yeah, I don't get me a booster. But during these COVID times, what kept companies in business was being able to do drive-through service, have takeout deliveries, make it real easy to get shipments or to pick up. So whatever you're doing, make sure that your business can be delivered or picked up by a customer, whether there's a COVID thing going on or not. Build your business so it's easy for customers to do business with you. You got to think about doing that. And make sure they know it. Put it on a business card and pass it out. Let folks know that you really want them to do business. And you know what they're saying, even though COVID is passed in a lot of different types of businesses, the ones that are doing takeout, home deliveries, curb service are doing better than they did before. Pretty interested in it. All right, look at your marketing sample plan here. This is a graphic that one of our entrepreneurs and associates did for me. This represents the Golden Goose Marketing Plan. And it's really quite simple. And when you have a chance to work your way around it with your particular business, you'll see that some things will fit and other things just don't apply to you. You can't make one plan to fit every business in the world, but you can put enough stuff in there that people get the idea, and that's what I try to do. Well, let's talk about the basics of this plan. Look at this circle in the middle with all the arrows. That's representing this going in a circle. It's going in a circle like a tire. And we want that tire to keep on rolling because this is our vehicle. We don't want our marketing plan to stop and start all the time. No. Even as seasons come and go, we want our marketing plan to keep on rolling. Yeah, here it is in September. I want to go ahead and start doing me some Christmas business. It's perfectly fine with me to start booking some dates next year. You got to think in terms of your business rolling all the time, never stopping. That's why the arrows are there, because we want to know what's happening today, what's going to happen tomorrow, but more importantly, I want this Golden Goose Marketing Plan to give you good insight that you're going to have business next month, the month after, next year, so that you don't lay your head on your pillow at night and worry about whether or not you can stay in business another month or not, whether you don't have enough money to pay the bills next month or not. And my friend, that is entrepreneurship. I've lived it for so many years that just I didn't have the confidence in myself or my business to really feel like I was on top of it and my business would be able to make it, because times can get tough on anybody. But then once I started using the Golden Goose Marketing Plan, which I put together myself, things turned around. Because when you see how this works, you'll understand that you'll have more confidence that because you're doing things right, business will keep coming to you. They'll keep coming to you because you have raving fan customers. And those raving fan customers, they will give you business when they don't give it to anyone else. And even in tough times, if you've got the right product mix, if you're selling things that people need as well as things that people want, in good times and bad times, they're still going to need certain things, and you may not sell as much as you would like, but you'll have enough to stay open until times get better. That's why it's important we have a good product mix in our marketable profit centers, as we've talked about before. So let's kind of analyze this plan here. Let's kind of start. Let's start up here. Let's start up here where the start button is and get this ball rolling. And we're going to go all the way around to up there where the arrow goes out and goes on down to the next day. But in starting, we're going to survey our plans. We're going to get right in the market. We're going to get our pricing and our menus together. Talk about our sales strategies tonight. Talk about our advertising and marketing plans. Next week, we're going to talk about targeted customer groups, and we're going to do really important work there to help us get a good, solid marketing plan. Picking up the right customers to aim our advertising at so it'll pay for itself. And then you know what? We're going to really zero in on by the way to get more and more upsells and to stack profits. And you know what'll happen if we've done all that right? We will make a sale at some point in time and get the golden egg. The golden egg represents a good deposit or a good suspect that maybe you didn't sell today, but you'll have a good chance to sell down the road. Maybe you didn't sell today, but a good chance to sell down the road. Now, anyone that's been out working in sales and knocking on doors and calling on new customers, you know that you got to go back to them time after time after time again. But you also know that you're keeping up with their data. What's his name? What's something I can say to him that he'll remember to her? I want to stay in touch with them because we've got a relationship started. And maybe I didn't sell them today, but I want the opportunity to sell them again, and I'm sure that we can do that. So the golden egg sometimes is the sale you make or the relationship you start. But after you make that deposit, here's what we need to do. We need to move right straight and record their name and email address into our database. So important here. We did all this so we could actually get their name in our database so we could start sending them out reminders and promotions for more and more business. Repeat business, repeat business, repeat business starts right here. Getting their information into your database so you can move forward with it. So important, my friends, so important. And you know what happens after that? Then you have the chance to follow up. And following up is getting right back into that raving fan customer thing, because that's when you get to say, I really hope you're 100% satisfied, and tell me what I can do to be a better business person. If there's anything that I need to do to get you 100% satisfied, let me know. And at that very minute, that thing rings in their head. Hey, I remember Cheryl telling me that she's going to make sure I'm 100% satisfied. And here she is making sure she did it. And Janae reminded me that she was going to make me 100% satisfied. And here she is making sure I am. Therefore, in my head, I don't do everything I can to send more business their way. And you're there and you have the opportunity right now to say, now, when we were talking before, didn't you mention you were going to probably plan to have another event next year at a certain date? And what date was that going to be? Or were you interested in buying some flowers? Darcy, I think I'm going to buy some flowers for an event I'm putting on, and I'm going to need 20 centerpieces for tables. Is that something you can help me with? You're going to ask them the questions you need to see when they're going to buy something in the future, or when some of their family is going to be in business, or their neighbor, or anybody else that you can get information from that you can write down to help you plan your marketing plan team for the future. And you do this day after day with customer after customer, and you log that information in to your planner, then you're going to know what's next. Because you have a good idea what they're buying, when they're buying, and what they want to buy. And it's up to you to forecast when you need to get it in, or you need to market it, or you need to add this profit center. So you'll keep your ball rolling, your marketing plan rolling to what's next. But you didn't get the raving fan customer seed growing until you did the follow-up and asked those questions. You don't get that raving fan customer seed until you reaffirm with them with your follow-up that you indeed were telling the truth when you were serious about wanting them to be 100% satisfied. That means that maybe you wrote them an email, maybe you called them up, maybe you went to see them, maybe they came back in the store. But you had a record of that in whatever number of days, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever was appropriate, you were going to reach out and talk to that customer for you to experience the magic marketing moment. Because that's when you watered those seeds for the raving fan customer. And after you have that conversation and hang up with them, you will have a raving fan customer. You got the hospitality in there. You got the customer service. You got the follow-up. You got the 100% satisfaction commitment. That's the Golden Goose plan to tell you what's next. And when you got a good feeling that you got a foundation marketing plan that will keep bringing you in business from your raving fan customers, things will go well. Now, I'm really interested in Janae and her business in wedding planning, and I'll spend a minute talking with her about that. Most of that kind of business comes from referrals. People telling their friends and family down the road what a great person Janae is to do business with, and how she's going to do all she can to see you're 100% satisfied. Referrals is all about that business. Same thing with you, Darcy. It's all about word of mouth and people passing on information back to you. That way with me. And so many businesses, that's what keeps us going, is that referral business. and making it happen. So we need that database. We need that list of email so we can reach out to our customer. We're just not going to rely on our Facebook or Instagram ads. No, we're going to reach out and touch them ourselves and have them come back and find our landing pages, because in those emails we're going to talk about our promotion and urge them to click on this web page, which will put them right on the landing page of our website and create a sale. This is not downtown Hollywood, New York City, big time stuff. No, it's just simple bricks and mortar, putting a marketing plan together with a foundation that'll work and bring business back to you. And give me a or an amen, because it's worth it now, I'm telling you. Your marketing plan needs to be a work of art. Something you do that you're proud of, that it's structured. You can go back to it, make arrangements, you can keep notes. You got it all put together. If you want to outline it out and send me a copy of basically what you think will suit your needs, I'll be glad to help you with it. I'm sure Brad will be glad to look it over with you. We want it to work for you. We want it to start making money for you. Here's a word of caution. The worst person that you can take advertising and marketing investment from, advice from, is the person trying to sell you their marketing plan. And the reason why is quite simple, and I'm glad they've got that marketing plan. If I were their boss, I'd have one too. But they are interested in a certain company making a good profit. But that company is their company, not yours. This plan is designed to help them make plenty of money. Good. You don't need to buy into it, into the salesmanship, as if it's designed to help you make plenty of money, because it's not. The marketing plan that I want you to have is one that you design and understand that you can afford it, number one, and number two, it will bring you return on investment, and you're not going to be wasting your money. Fair enough? Yeah, you're not going to get a return on a marketing investment unless you make an investment. That's just a fact, Jack. But the chances are 95% plus that if you're not careful, you'll waste that money, and I do not want that to happen. I've wasted enough money through the years for all of us. I've spent over $6 million easy advertising in Eastern North Carolina, and I know that I have wasted at least 75% of it, and I'd love to have that $450 million back. That would make me real happy. But it's not coming, so I'll consider it as an investment I made to pay for the experience, to give you the advice how not to do it, because once I learned a few things, I stopped wasting my money and started making more. And you don't have to go through that process. Just pay attention tonight. Always kind of covered up under this umbrella, showing your prices to your customers or what you're offering to your customers. Run from the situation if you think it's a take it or leave it proposition. If you're being hard-headed or your customer perceives as take it or leave it, let's work on it. The 27 times rule. 27 times. 9 times 3 is what? 27. 9 times 3, 27. A customer wants to see your examples of what you're all about or talk to you at least 9 times before they're going to do a serious contract or spend any big bucks with you. 9 times to see your card, your brochure, your web page. They're going to visit you back and forth, some type of contact, some type of checking you out. An average of 9 times, and sometimes 3 times that much, but at least 9 times. And doing the very best we can do, putting our ads in the very best places they can be put. They will miss seeing, our customer will miss seeing it 2 out of 3 times. Therefore, If we want them to see it once, we got to put it out there 27 times, right? Because they're going to miss it 2 out of 3 times, and they need to see it 9 times. So 3 times 9 is 27. Real simple, sounds kind of complicated, but it's not. So as we're looking at putting together a long-term marketing campaign, which you want to do, we want to think in terms of the 27 times rule. I actually put it down on the chart exactly like this. And I'll determine how much money for each one of my ads or promotions or emails that I send out or business cards that I buy or money I spend on my website, about the value of it. And I usually work with $5 investments, $10 investments, and $15 investments. That's right. And that's very, very affordable on a lot of stuff that I'm talking to y'all about. Matter of fact, a lot of the stuff I do that's just as effective as some other people spending $100 probably don't cost me 2 or 3 cents. Just things I'm talking to y'all about. But if I were spending this kind of money and put together a 27 times rule, I would spend $270 with a long-term marketing campaign, long-term being say a month, and pretty much saturate my market for $270. Reminding people I'm here to stay, so they'll remember carverequipment.com. So they'll remember Steve, the coach. We need to have an ongoing marketing effort to assure that things are people know we're here and know we're alive. So maybe you've got a website, but you're just kind of letting it die. You don't have to do that. You can be doing things that keep people coming to it for a very small amount of money. And then when you are ready to kick off a campaign, it's not going to cost you so much. And here's why. So let's kind of dig into this right here on the bottom. $270 or an average of $10 per spot, right? Now, here comes Halloween, and I'm going to be in the pumpkin business. I'm going to promote pumpkins. I've got a big yard full, and I don't spend some serious money advertising my pumpkins. And by golly, I don't buy some big ads because I don't have 20,000 of them to sell, and they got to go somewhere. So my ad cost will be, I don't buy $55 ads and $125 ads. And in local print publications, that's what they're going to cost you. And if I buy 27 of them, I'll spend $2,465. Whoa, man, and people do that. People locally in the pumpkin business will be spending that kind of money to advertise their pumpkins. You know why they have to do that? Because they didn't have a regular, ongoing, low-cost advertising campaign that people will recognize their name as being here on a regular basis with validity and consider you to be a good person that I can do business with. I don't have to spend $2,465, and all that is coming out of your profit. But if I've got an ongoing campaign like I do, all I have to do is mix in some of those expensive ads with the other ads I'm running or in those slots. And when I do that, I'll be able, number one, to keep my long-term image up, plus get that 9 times rule squared away or 27 times rule squared away, and spend only $750. And I will be pretty much as effective, maybe not quite, but pretty much as effective, and save $1,715. That's a lot of profit on a pumpkin. And you can do that too. The key factor here is, well, I want you to hold on to it. If you've got a regular, well-planned, ongoing marketing campaign, marketing for the big picture, then you will not have to spend the big bucks when you want to focus on an item with targeted advertising. And that's going to be the way that you kick off campaigns and get into some higher profit situations, is with targeted advertising. But with a regular marketing campaign for the long term, you can fill in a lot less ads with targeting and make it work. Now watch Nextel, not Nextel, they're not called that anymore, Spectrum. Watch the Spectrum TV ads. You'll see them have a lot of 15 and 30-second ads all the time. Well, I guess they can afford it because they own the network, right? But they'll have a lot of small ads. Every now and then, for something they're really wanting to promote, they'll do a minute ad or a minute and a half ad. And you know it's Spectrum because you recognize them from all the regular ads. And if I ask you a question like, you're in good hands with, most of you say Allstate, because they've got a regular campaign out there where we recognize them as a regular good business. And when they run a special thing, we don't have to see it 9 times. We can see it 1 time and we will accept it as a good company. That's what I want your business and your business reputation to represent. Regular advertising, promoting you and your legacy as a good person, good business person, goes a long way in saving you tons of money when you're promoting an expensive project. But I can't pretend to sit here and say that the 27 times rule is going to answer all your problems about selling stuff, because there's always something else around the corner, right? And every sword has 2 edges to it. I can tell you right now that there's one little thing or one big thing that just blows the 27 times rule out of the water. Just sucks it up and blows it out. As important as it is and the money we're going to spend on it, there's one thing that, by golly, is so much more important. You know what that is? One raving fan customer. If you have invested your time, energy, and efforts to develop a raving fan customer that we've been talking about, I'm going to do all I can to see you're 100% satisfied. You're going to be so happy, you're going to send your family and friends to come and see me. And I stay in touch with you. You know I love you. That raving fan customer will come to you, Cheryl, and say, Cheryl, I tried a new restaurant the other day. I did. I tried a brand new restaurant, and it was really good. They had the best shrimp I've had in a long time. And I know that you love shrimp, and this place is really good. You might want to go check it out. Now, Cheryl isn't going to have to hear that message 9 times or 3 times or 27 times. Her friend is a raving fan customer of that restaurant. And by golly, you know what? The one time her friend mentioned it was all it took. So are we going to spend our time investing to make sure that our customers become raving fans? Because that is a saving money. Every time you create a raving fan customer, it's like you're putting $1,000 in your intangible advertising budget. It's amazing. Please listen. Please take advantage of that. But you don't have to stay in touch with them. So make sure you've got their email addresses and cell phone numbers so you can send them emails and text messages on a regular basis to keep them regularly sending people to you. And they will. But they need those reminders, just like the emails that I send you guys. Okay, what's your story? Marketing is not trying to hide your light under the basket so it goes out and you can keep it all to yourself. Marketing is about sharing your story, being another human being out here with so many other human beings, not just being a web page or a place somebody can click on and spend some money and get a bottle of pills. Because telling your story changes the way that people feel, the way they think, the way we act, and the way we behave. Telling a story makes you become human. So important. Remember the day, maybe that you had a lemonade stand outside? Maybe you're in the lemonade business now, but it's perfectly all right to remember and remind folks that you've had an entrepreneur trip that started with a lemonade stand, and put some pictures out there when you were that little girl selling that lemonade. Boy, that brings back memories of me, because my daughter set up some lemonade stands and gave so much away, it like to broke me for about a month. They had robbed my storeroom down at the beach house where I had cases and cases of soft drinks, took them out to the street and sold those drinks for a nickel a piece. All my friends down at Marina came by and sucked them up, made sure I lost plenty of money. My girls were so happy they'd make some money, and there's no way in the world I could tell them they'd done anything wrong. So I just had to suck it up and smile and give them a hug. So there's a good story to go with a lot of pictures. Yeah, hey man, this old boy has pushed some lawnmowers. I made enough money on Saturday mornings to go ride my bicycle to the movie for the Saturday afternoon and Saturday night pictures. So I've made some money pushing grass. And then you know what happened? 40 years later, I got into the mowing business and had, I guess, 25 or 30 employees and 6 crews. So I've done my share of lawn mowing. And tell your story about what you've done and different things, or maybe you're doing now. You got things for sale? Put your picture up there and talk about what it is and how much fun it is to meet people and talk to them. And this picture, it got me so big when I saw it on Facebook last week. This is a story in itself. This gentleman is out beside a big road there, a major road, selling eggs for 50 cents each. Pretty cool, isn't it? He's got his stands set up. The first thing I noticed was the empty crates. It looked like he had already sold 5 or 6 different dozen. So he's selling stuff. But also what I notice here is the price is reasonable at 50 cents. So a dozen eggs at 50 cents each would be $6, right? I think that's a little higher than they are in the grocery store. But whatever, that's what it was. But the byline that came with this kind of got me. So I fell in love with the picture. A lady stopped there in a nice big car, observed what he had, and let's say that the value of all his eggs he had left was $9. She said, "Sir, I'll give you $4.50 and take all the eggs you got, but I'm going to get a 50% discount from what you're asking." So I asked you, what's the moral? What's the lesson in that little story from that lady? Because later on, whether she bought them or not, she was on her way in her big fancy car downtown to a really nice restaurant to meet all of her friends, where she bought lunch for everyone as a really huge bill, where she gave the waiter $100-some tip, and it just made everybody happy, and it was a great day. The message is in marketing, if you set yourself up for people to take advantage of you and are surprised, then I'm going to tell you right now, don't be. Because there's a certain number of people out here that don't want you to make a penny. Matter of fact, they don't care if you go broke today. They have no heart for an entrepreneur. They're interested only in themselves. They're in that category what I call takers. And they will come by, and for a gentleman like this, who's the least among us that's got any room to discount, or that needs the money more than anyone else, and try to rob him in the name of entrepreneurship and business, think they're doing a great favor for him. Well, be smart. Know that those people are out there. And when you do know they're out there and you know how to react to them and say what needs to be said to yes, if, and no, but, and you keep talking to them, then you'll end up with your profit and more, or they can go on down the road and you'll sell to the next person. Now, the rest of this story is really good because that represents only less than 25%, in my opinion. Most people If you create a common denominator, a relationship, a nice thing, God bless you, or have a blessed day, if you let them know that you are interested in their well-being as well, they will be glad to pay your price and maybe give you a nice tip as well. They will be glad to pay your price, and maybe since you've said this thing, they will tell you what's next that they're interested in, such as, sir, I'm really enjoying buying eggs from you every day. Now, let me mention to you, if you could find some local homemade honey or some fresh chicken that you could keep cool, or maybe whatever it is, some tomatoes when they're in season, I'd buy those from you too. You have to welcome that type of opportunity and be there for them. This gentleman right here may look to you to be disadvantaged and need a lot of help, and that may be very true, but I look at it as an opportunity, as a teaching opportunity, to show him how to be a more powerful entrepreneur, and he may know, remember, we have to be humble in this world, he may have forgotten more about selling than I will ever know, and may be a multimillionaire sitting there in that chair. You just don't ever know, my friends. That is the beauty of business and entrepreneurship. Tell your story. Folks want to hear it. Folks want to know. Hey, there's a good story happening in Clinton right now. Down at Simply NC, just changed hands. The lady that owned it was one of our entrepreneurs and associates. And by golly, another one came along that's been in our classes and has taken over that store. That's Jessica there on the left-hand side. Just reopened that with her family. Right there where the courthouse is in Clinton. Go downtown and visit this store. It is great. And now she has two storefronts. One where she makes her soaps and lotions, and another where she sells retail other stuff. But she revitalized this place, serving coffees and teas and some refreshments and having lots of different stuff to buy in there. Be excited about your business. It's a good thing. Now let's remember something. Marketing represents salt. Advertising represents pepper. Remember, marketing is the long term. It keeps us in business a long time. It purifies and helps your business age. Marketing is the salt. Pepper is the seasoning. We don't use as much of it. It costs more money, and we have to be careful with it. But it makes things happen. It spices things up. Instead of just preserving like salt does, it kind of kicks things out there. So sometimes you need to use some pepper. You need to pour in some advertising. Your big budget is your marketing pie. So when you look at the business plan we talked about last week, and you have that number there, that pricing in there for marketing, remember that your advertising is a piece of that pie. That's the way that works. The difference, marketing is long-term, advertising is short-term, and targeted. These will be two questions on our end of course quiz. So how's things going with you now? You're in the last 3 weeks now. A lot of you are working on your mission and vision and promise statements and your core values. Thank you very much. Keep them coming in. A lot of you, I'm hoping, are thinking about using your cell phone number to advertise your business on, so people can send you text messages. That's very important for your marketing effort. Are you ready to start doing your business under DBAs? Now, Janae and I were talking about that tonight, because lots of times you can have one legal business heading, your corporate or your LLC name, but under that, the different things you're doing, your different profit centers, you can name those different businesses. And that's important, because that will save you some money, but more importantly, it will help customers find you because of the way you name your different operations. DBAs are a big, big deal. The way we name our products is a big, big deal. And next week, when we're talking about this in SEO terms, when we name our products different things and name our web pages accordingly, we'll have more landing pages for people to come in on and buy stuff from you. Do you have that menu of products and services? Well, I showed you earlier that several of you have starting to put that menu together, and I was so impressed with seeing that happen. I'd asked Cheryl, mentioned back to you, she mentioned that she is well equipped to help people build and manage their websites. And I'd asked her if she would consider maybe to putting together some type of narrative or a beginner package for someone that's ready to start doing business, make us some options and offers there. So many folks would like to do that. So what is your menu of products and services? Remember, your menu, when it's priced, gives you the opportunity to estimate how many sales you think you can make, multiply out to propose revenue that's going to come in, and therefore you're going to be able to start working on your business plan and your business budget even more so. Every business has customers that call. And one day a customer will call you and they ask you a certain amount of questions about a certain thing. 2 hours later, another customer calls interested in the same product, and you know what happens? They will probably ask you the same questions the first customer did. And that happens every day, every month for years and years. On every product I sell, about 35 or 40 of them, I'll get the same group of questions. And what's cool, when you make that whole list of questions down and put answers beside them, I mean really good answers, you look pretty smart. And if you share that with customers in the email or on your website, they say, hey, man, these people know what they're talking about. They answer my questions before I even ask them. I like the way these people do business. Didn't cost you a penny, but it gives you a super sales tool. Gives you frequently asked questions down on the different things that you're selling. And a great bonus here is if you hire a new employee to help you do your selling, you can share this with them and they will automatically become more effective and present products and services the way you want them presented. Really important. How's your internet presence right now? I'm requesting that you guys send me links to your Facebook pages or other web pages. Let me see what you got going on. Let me be your friend on Facebook, on YouTube, so that we can watch each other's progress and share and send stuff back and forth. Okay? Folks that are busy on the internet are doing all kinds of things. QR codes, they put their names on everything. The QR codes are becoming more and more important for a lot of businesses. What does that do? A customer types in a search term, and if they go straight to your QR code, they can take a picture of that and later on go to a web page. That's right. QR codes will send a customer to anywhere to a web page on the internet, no matter which one it is. So this will apply differently to different types of businesses, but it's a real quick way of making things happen. The other day in church, behind the preacher, we got a screen that comes down, and our church presented a QR code right up there on the screen. And during the worship service, the audience was encouraged to get your phone out, get this QR code on your phone, take a picture of it, and that'll help you download the new church app. I thought that was a sign of the times now. When a minister tells his people to take their phone out and take a picture of a QR code during a service, things are changing, aren't they? Really. And that's technology. And that's cool, because you know what happened? I saw lots of people pull their phone out, get it up there and get that QR code in there. I didn't do it because I'm not that fast with my phone. I might try it again some other time. But just a sign of the times. Put your name and your address every time you get a chance. Now, folks are shopping, and here's the deal, Darcy and Cheryl. When someone comes to your website, when someone comes to my website, there is a message going across. There's a thread and y'all are into colors and design and such as that. And this thread needs to be saying to folks, all prices are negotiable. Yeah, whatever it says, I will work with you. And when I figure out a way to do a thread that says all prices are negotiable, that kind of makes sense around different products, that'd be a pretty good graphic. So I'll give y'all kind of a challenge to see if you can take that little idea and do a thread, a ribbon, a certain color ribbon that someone could weave through their website or around the web page to get the notion. Ask about this. We'll try to price it to suit your budget. Whatever the message is not not take it or leave it. Okay? Business cards, very inexpensive. The number one least expensive, most effective face-to-face marketing tool there is a good business card. Put your colors on it, put your logos on it, let yourself go. We got a lot of good graphic people here, color people. Make sure that you've got a business card available that you can hand to someone. That you got a business card available that you can put in a Japanese restaurant. In that stand, excuse me. Doing this much talking, my throat gets dry. Have you got a business card? You hadn't showed it to me yet. How about sending me a copy of it? I'd like to show it to everybody. If you hadn't got one, you can do like one of our the classmates did. Make you one. Send me a copy of it. Just a business card on Facebook may send someone to buy something from you if it's got the right message on it. Not high tech, but very, very effective. This is my business card. I use this, I use several, but this is the one I use the most of. I got my website name on there, telling people I've been in business for a few years. Got my mailing address and an email address. Got my corporate name. Notice that I'm using Anthony Stephen Carver, not because I want to use a big name or seem like I'm important or anything, because that's the least of what you want to try to do with a business card. But everyone knows I'm Steve, and sometimes I'll write a message and sign it Steve, even if I've got a business card attached to it. Why did I do that? Because I want you to think about it too. I want you to go to Google and search your name. And if you search Steve Carver, you'll see pages after pages about a baseball player who does a real good job marketing, some movie producers that do a good job, and lots of other Steve Carvers that have been around a long, long time. There's millions of people with the same names, right? But if you type in Anthony Stephen Carver, you're going to learn all about this old Steve-O. So, find the name that you feel comfortable with that you can start promoting that's not already used up. Like maybe you want to add an initial in your name. So that and then we'll do the SEO stuff so that when someone types in your name, you'll be the first 20 slots that come up. Because we're going to use your name on every web page. We're going to use your name everywhere we can so that people will see that. Why? Let's say you get a chance to get a big order with someone, or you're trying to sell yourself as a business or an employee or an associate. Everybody now, 99% of folks are going to go back and they're going to go to Google and type your name in there. Usually your name and your hometown. And
we just lost you. We just lost you.
Yeah, I did too.
Anyone here, Steve?
No.
Okay. Well, let's give him a minute or two. Who is this? Cheryl?
This is Janae.
Okay. Hey, Janae. If we don't get him back, there's 15 minutes left. I'm sure he has a lot more to say, or he's got 15 minutes worth to say anyway. I'll ask him, hey, we lost you at about 7:45, and then, he'll probably send out some comments or something like that. He might say, well, look at slide, I sent out those slides yesterday. He might just say, look at slide such and such, and if you have any questions, give him a call or give me a call. So,
all right, now he's gone to 8. He didn't know.
He what?
He didn't know. He's gone to slide 8.
And unfortunately, I don't have my work computer with me. I'm still, looking at this or listening through my phone. So,
and I doubt
can someone send him
a phone.
Well, I know, I'm sure he's not, but I'm thinking, does anyone have, isn't there a chat on the app?
Let me see.
Because he knew when I came in.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm just sending him, it's like, hey, Steve, we can't hear you.
Well, I think there's 2 been sent, too.
There's what?
2 people have already sent him a chat.
Oh, okay. All right, good deal. Okay. Well, maybe.
I think he's figuring it out just now with my little note on the screen.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw him looking, and he's playing with his mic, so I'm assuming he sees it.
All right, good deal. Thanks.
Stop talking.
Yeah, because normally I can't hear anyone else because we're all supposed to be on mute, but
So, can you hear me?
Yes,
Now
we
we
can
We
hear
do
you.
now.
It's working now? How about that? Just all of a sudden it came on?
Yeah, well, it went off like that, too.
Yeah, but it's on now?
Yes, sir.
yeah, we missed about 4 minutes or something like that.
Well, I'm so sorry. I just reached up and replugged it in, so I hope it stays on. Y'all, thank you, Cheryl, for putting your hand out. Do it again if it happens again, okay? All right, so hopefully you're able to see the slides, and I'll keep moving forward, and so sorry for the interruption. All right. We don't want to waste money, and we're going to have to make an investment in our marketing and advertising. And the best way not to waste money is to send that investment right towards targeted customer groups. So we're not going to try to be all things to all people, but we're going to try to be everything to some people. And then those some people will become our raving fan customers. So targeted customer groups will be a big thing we talk about next week. We're going to look for the low-hanging fruit. That's that group of customers we can reach out to and grab easily and without spending a bunch of money, and tell them our story. Tell them our story and let them know. So we're going to talk about that. We need to do introduction videos. We need to have a scripted introduction for ourselves where we cover the bases need to be covered, because you've been at places times and someone will come up to you out of the blue and ask you a question, you'll answer it, and as soon as the words leave your mouth, you say, oh my gracious, why did I say that? I could have given a lot better answer. So knowing that, do your introductions and cover yourself well. Get used to introducing yourself in person and do videos, and it will go a long, long way to help you. Now, in the sample videos that I emailed to you last week, hopefully you got about 9 emails from me. About 3 of those were related to videos, showing you ones that I had done and some of our students had done. Not that I'm trying to sell you anything, even though I'd appreciate your business, but I doubt you're buying what I'm selling. But I'm selling you the ideas that if you'll take your videos and enhance them, which doesn't cost hardly any money at all and will help you with it, you can turn them into money-making tools. And that's what we want to do for you. You can do it. You can. I'm telling you, you can just amaze yourself as you move forward. Remember pricing. You're scared about it. The 3 times rule will help you out, help you get started. You pay $25 for something, plan on selling it for $75, then get in the market, see how that price works out. You may have to adjust it, but that'll help you get started, keep you from not doing it. Start learning your pricing strategies. There's 8 different pricing strategies that we'll talk about in a few weeks. Different ways that people will feel better about paying you. And it's all about not saying this, take it or leave it. Merchandising is not something that you only do when you have a store. Merchandising is something we do on the internet, with our Facebook, with our websites, with the way you present your emails. Merchandising strategies are really important about selling, and we'll get into that as well. The psychological concepts when pricing, that's like the 99-cent rule, or it's on sale, or you save this much money today. All those things are motivators for people to buy something from you today. That's the look and the hook part. Understanding psychological pricing tactics can move the world for you once you own it. But it's a salesmanship tool that you want to learn. Keeping your calendars booked up is what you got to do if you're selling time for money. If you're selling time for money, time is on the clock is on the day, and the day is on the calendar. Your main tool, your main marketing tool, selling time for money, is a calendar. I would ask you right now, is that calendar easy for you to reach? And you're concerned about what you're doing on certain days to make money. Because the way that you have your business plan to be successful is that each day you want to bring in the money that you plan to bring in. And you do that by planning those appointments and schedules to help you achieve that goal. 4 days a week, that's what I want a successful business plan to work. That gives you 4 days to make money. Another day to go out and create another business or chase customers. Gives you another day for rain or something that broke, and a last day to go to church and to be with your family and have a life. So, but plan your business plan at 4 days and then learn to schedule your appointments so that you can do that, just like we talked about last week. Marketing, why will people pay you more money? Or why will a lot more people go to one store than the others when they all are selling the same thing? The key there is value added. Really cool, smart entrepreneurs like you guys will learn to market and present your products and services with value added features. That is to say, I'm offering you this, or my plan has this. I can do this for you when my competitors are not. Yeah, you were going to do it anyway, and you weren't going to charge them any extra money because that's just a great person you are. But we have to tell our customers that. And when we tell our customers that, especially if they're our raving fan customers, guess what happens? They tell the rest of the world that same story. Hence, more business for you. So important. You know this fellow right here? I met him about 15 years ago. I did. I'm a Forrest Gump fan. That's one of my favorite movies in the whole world. And this was Bubba Blue. Bubba's from Bayou Battery, Alabama. And he was Forrest's sidekick. He's a Vietnam era veteran who got killed in action in Forrest's arms. Kind of a sad story. But as I watched Bubba Blue there and Forrest interact with a lot of comedy, I learned my first marketing lesson related to DBAs. Do you know what that was? You remember Bubba Blue on the bus talking with Forrest, talking about his shrimp business they were going to get started? Bubba Blue at night and on the bus was telling Forrest he was going to have pineapple shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp sauteed, shrimp kebab, every kind of shrimp that you could dream on. Their shrimp company was going to be able to sell it to the customers. And right there is DBA at its best, doing business at its best. Because in the SEO terms, if you've got a web page named Coconut Shrimp, and somebody in Utah or Maryland or Washington or Florida types in coconut shrimp, there's a good chance they're going to landing page on your landing page named Coconut Shrimp. Hence, using DBAs to rename your products and force those names on your web pages, bring in customers shopping for certain items. It is an amazing tool. We'll talk about it a lot next week, but I want it to start sinking in now. It doesn't cost you but a penny to represent or re-represent a web page. But every time you do it to create a landing page with a different name to suit the SEO term that you're after, means you're going to get that customer and your competitors are not. It's just that simple. It is what I would call guerrilla marketing at its best. DBAs. Let's sell those shrimps. When you master DBAs, you're going to have a lot more money in your pocket. Look and hook. The look and the hook. The look means you make your advertising look good. They're different, they're dramatic, they will stop people and they will look at it. You spent some time on it. It's a first-class product to get the look. Because people are surfing, they're not going to stop if it's not worthy. But when they do stop, because of your good colors or images or such as that, they're going to get your message and then they're going to see the hook. And the hook is your call to action. That message you've got in there that encourages them to buy now. This is what we have on our landing pages. Messages that encourage people to buy now. And when you're doing that, you're going to see if your ad is paying a dividend or not, or if it's not bringing in anything. And if it's not bringing in any money to you, you're not going to do it anymore and stop wasting that money. But if it is working, we're going to pump it, we're going to go faster. The look and the hook and the 27 times rule is the key to not wasting money with your marketing and advertising money. What is the call to action? It could be talking about a certain day. Look, if you want to buy this lawnmower from me and you want to get it in before Halloween, you need to order it now because it takes that long to get it to you. Or if you want to get your carpet cleaned and be ready for the folks coming in for the Halloween event, you need to schedule now. And the call to action is not always about giving money away. But if you do give discounts, you will have planned to give them, and you're still going to make your profit. But have a way, dates that things terminate. Remember the fellow that called me and opened up the conversation with, "Hello, my Coast Guard friend." That started with putting common denominators in your letters, on your website, letting people know that you're active in the Legion or in the Moose or in the Masonic Lodge or you're a veteran or a Coast Guardsman, a Marine, a nurse, a teacher, whatever it is that you feel good about saying you're a part of, American Indian, Japanese, Native this, whatever. Put it out there and be proud of who you are. This is an age of individuality. And those folks that share that denominator with you will come to you happy and say they're there because of that. And you know what? They're probably going to let you make a little money. They're probably not going to try to discount you out of business. So veterans, soldiers and families, VFW, teachers and moms, seniors, Shrine Clubbers, Chamber of Commerce members, find and use the common denominator, and these will become a lot of your targeted customer groups because they are low-hanging fruit, such as teachers' appreciation deals, special deals for teachers, certain days, certain seasons. Remember, seasons are going to be really, really important. You, your business, and the internet, hey, we're here. I don't have to preach it, do it. It's not like a face-to-face webinar. I mean, we're here on the internet, and it's all about your business. But it gets back to your internet presence is no better than your cell phone mobile page. No better than. Take me serious. We want that customer to call you and leave a message. We want that customer to call you and talk to you. When that happens, your chances of taking him out of the market or taking her out of the market have just improved probably to 80 or 90%. Your mobile page is what brings them in. Like a bug zapper we got on your back porch. It brings them in and zaps them. The right mobile page will bring them in so you can get them, sell to them. So important. Are you at Google? Do you have your My Business at Google account set up? It doesn't cost you anything. And it's the way to let people know where you are and for you to put pictures up and have campaigns and get email and show your website links simply because you took the time to set up an account. Do it, please. Please don't ignore this. It is costing you money not to do it. Here's an example of one of my landing pages. It is designed, if you'll look up at the top of it, it is named Farm Max Prices. So this is for my Farm Max products. I've got the discounts up there. I've got different ways people can buy, different ways they can pay, and pay a different price. My profit margin is exactly the same with any deal one of these people take, because it costs me money to sell in different ways. My profit margin is exactly the same, but I've also got the retail price up there. When customers see this, they say, okay, I can save some money by doing this, and then we can move into how do you want it shipped, different options for shipping prices. As long as people feel like they're a part of the deal, you can still make your profit. So important. This is where I'm saying do not say take it or leave it. And that's what all this messaging is all about, not to say take it or leave it. People will do business with you if they trust you or feel safe. And there's a lot of crooks and scammers on the internet. Testimonials and videos are the best way to make people feel safe. But if you don't have the videos up there, the testimonials will be number one for you. Have as many testimonials as you can get. Go back to people and have them write testimonials for you. You may need to write some testimonials to learn how to do it. That's fine. I sent you an email to give you a good idea how to do that. So get into getting your testimonials up there. Figure out ways to do it. And I sent you some how-to pages there as well. Your YouTube is very important, and I know we've just crossed the 8 o'clock mark. Forgive me for that time we were out, so I'm going to wrap it up real quick. Every chance you have, be the best person you can be, and you will be the best business person you can be. The most important words I said tonight were the magic marketing moment. That's when the Golden Goose Plan comes together. You were able to make a sale or make a relationship and go to that customer and say, I want you to be 100% satisfied. And I'd appreciate it if you tell me what's in the plan for next year or next month. Who do you know that's getting ready to buy something, or what do I need to stock? And when you're doing that with that customer, you are creating a raving fan customer, because they will remember that you wanted them 100% satisfied, and they'll go out and tell the news to everybody else. I hope you can hear me, and I hope you have a great night, and I hope you'll join us often, and thank you so much for your time and effort. You can turn your mics on if you'd like, and we'll chit-chat if we can hear each other. Or I'll tell you good night and God bless you. We'll see you next time. I'll send you a link to the recording as soon as I get it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Janae. Thanks for staying with us. Any other comments? All right. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 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 Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. Okay, we're testing this little set of microphones here. It looks like the mic's working well on the system side. However, I don't know if it's working well with the recording. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. That's on speakers, VTIN. Now on CFL 390 speakers. Microphone test 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And going back now to the others. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see what this is in now. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing's coming up down there. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, 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 test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4. This flat ain't working. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Test, test, test.
Different